Ta-da! We have a 2015 to 2017 Mustang build that I just completed here today, and this one is really pretty. It's not my first, but it's definitely one of my favorites. This has Clears Manufacturing Clears Amber Delete. It has been painted appropriately. In fact, the entire interior of this housing has been painted a gloss black. So that is a professional automotive grade base coat clear coat, which is why we're having this incredible sheen on it. What's real fun about this is technically this was a rehabilitation project. This is a client over in California who brought his headlights to a local dude and pretty much butchered them. Did a real good price point. That's why I don't compete on price. So anyway, there was a spray paint job, so I had to remove the paint job, and that was like a matte finish, and so we obviously went to gloss because it looks significantly better, looks professional. The Demon Eye installation on it was done pretty haphazardly, just kind of stuck on the top rather than using the brackets. What's fun about that is it gave me the opportunity to do an A/B comparison of how potential different installation techniques would affect how the Demon Eyes would look in this assembly, and just heads up, spoiler alert, there is no difference between using the bracket and mounting it on top. He also installed the RGBWA sequential turn signal DRL boards for this assembly. I ended up having to remove those and reinstall them because they did a terrible job. And I've already been talking too much without actually turning anything on, so let's turn this stuff on, shall we? Ta-da! This is what green looks like in case you're unfamiliar with your color spectrum. I can turn the green down and then I can bring up blue. Now, as you can see, it actually goes really, really bright, but then my camera just kind of blurs it out, so I'm not going to keep it all the way bright. I'm going to keep it a little bit on the lower side so that we can actually see some detail, since I'm just recording with my point and shoot camera. No fancy light boxes here, no fancy cameras here. We are using the Diode Dynamics app, which is a single channel output, so both our Demon Eyes and our DLR boards are always going to be the same color. I will say this, what's slightly unfortunate is that there is a bit of a discrepancy between the older Demon Eye drivers that this guy is using, so that they do not quite change exactly with the Demon Eyes. So as you see, I just put a little bit of red in there. The red kicks in with the Demon Eyes significantly before the DRLs kick in. So having them match on any blended colors is going to be a bit of a trick. So you see how it's significantly more red on the DRL than it is on the Demon Eye, and that's because we're at this weird combination of colors. But if we go all the way, then it definitely matches. And that's mainly because we're mismatching the age of technology within here, even though it's all Diode Dynamics products. Other fun features that we've got, you know, we've got the 7-color jump, which is my personal favorite. So like this will give you all your options. You can do this at a show or whatever. It's got plenty of different little pre-made settings that you can do in there. Worth mentioning on the white, as you can see, it's actually a mixed RGB white for their Demon Eyes, which does have a dedicated white chip in that. And that, I discovered, is because the older drivers actually still utilize all 4 LEDs. They turn it on. So if you use the newer drivers, it's just going to be the pure white chip with a little bit of a blue, I think. But either way, it looked much better than these older drivers. Okay, and this is my favorite feature about this particular board set. These are actually RGBWA, so they do the sequential switchback feature, which is really unique and really fun. And you know what? If it's worth the extra money to you, it's worth the extra money to you. So ta-da, that's the end of this build. I guess the takeaway lesson here is that, you know what, if you're gonna hire someone cheap to do your headlights, then like, don't be upset when you get really cheap labor and really cheap work and it doesn't look very good. The unfortunate truth is that he spent as much with me, if not probably a little bit more, in order to rehabilitate and fix all of the problems that the original guy did than he did on the original install itself. However, I will say this, man oh man, this is a really pretty build. The pricing in the video description is going to reflect if a brand new set of Mustang housings were delivered to my doorstep, what it would cost for me to do these particular modifications, the paint job, the Demon Eyes, and the sequential switchback RGBW DRL boards, as well as that Clears replacement. So be sure to read the video description before you comment, hey, how much is this set? Because my response will literally be to read the video description. Every set is always custom made to order, depending on the features that you want, and you should email me directly at 13by13.com if you're interested in getting a build for yourself. Thank you so much for watching. As always, this is 13 with Superior Mobile by 13, and have yourselves a wonderful day. See ya!